Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. We have made it to another Friday. That is awesome. I hope you guys are doing great this morning. How are you doing? Drop a comment. Let me know how your morning is going so far. My name is Pinique Singleton from Build a Lasting Legacy. Welcome to another episode of If You Woke Up, You're Winning. We're getting to that time of the year where it's super dark out here, but I got my ring light on my iPad. I got the lights on in the car, so hopefully you guys, excuse me, I don't know what just happened. Hopefully you guys can see me well. So we're going to go ahead and get into this message. You know I'm not the type to say, oh, we're going to wait for some people to join the live, because we do this every Monday and Friday at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So they know I'm here. They know you're here watching. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're not going to waste anybody's time, okay? Because I know you guys have some big things to do this morning and today, right? So anyway, last week, if you remember, oh, don't forget to drop a comment. If you come on a video, if you're watching a replay or watching live, make sure you drop a comment so I can at least come back and thank you for watching. If you have questions, drop your questions. I'll definitely make sure that I answer them. If not on the video, definitely in the comments. Hey, Jerry, good morning. Thank you for jumping on. We're just getting started here. All right, y'all, let's get this thing going. So if you remember last week, I don't know if you watched last Friday. Last Friday, I talked about the fact that it was fourth quarter, right? We are nearing the end of the year, right? It's crunch time. It's go time. It's time to make some moves. And, you know, fourth quarter, a lot of times people sit there and realize either I'm on track to hit my goals, I'm off track a little bit, I'm way off track. You know, there's all kinds of things we realize. And some people, they'll make a decision that they need to push even harder. Some people make the decision that it's time to give up and just work on 2019 or, you know, work on the next year. So anyway, that was last Friday's video. If you missed it, I encourage you to go back and watch it. I talked about how Reggie Miller one time scored 8 points in 9 seconds, okay, in a basket. Those of you guys that aren't familiar with basketball, Reggie Miller was a basketball player, okay. So I talked about that, and I talked about how he did it because it was crunch time. He knew where his team was, and he knew what he had to do to get there, and he just went for it, right? He had an amazing 9 seconds where he scored 8 points. That's crazy. Most of the time you wouldn't do that. But I'm not here to recap last Friday. I'm just here to tell you that I kind of want to piggyback on that a little bit. See, a lot of times when we're not where we want to be, when we find ourselves behind, when we find ourselves not on track, we sit there and we look at why, but a lot of times the conclusion that we come to is not that it's us, right? A lot of times we don't come to the conclusion that we're not where we want to be because of something we're not doing or because of something that we're doing. A lot of times we make excuses. We blame other people or we blame other things, you know. But a lot of times we don't come to the conclusion that, oh, it's me. I'm the reason why I'm not where I want to be. And this morning, that's what I'm here to tell you. So, you know, I'm all about motivation and I'm all about positivity. But this morning is not one of those feel-good messages. It's not one of those messages where I'm telling you, oh, it's okay that you're off track, right? Because sometimes there's things that you need to hear that you may not want to hear. So sometimes somebody needs to let you know that it's you, right? Because you're not coming to that conclusion on your own. So this morning, you may not like the message at first. This message might rub you the wrong way, but I hope that it points you in the right direction, right? Because see, somebody had to do that for me one time. So you guys know the story, right? I used to work for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and there was a time when my manager basically gave me 30 days to get things together or I was going to be fired from my job. So I said, okay, I got to start looking for a job. Only thing is, I wasn't really looking as hard as I thought I was, right? So I did not realize this on my own. So my roommate at the time was about to go out one night, and I said, oh, y'all not gonna invite me to go out, you know? And she was like, well, you can go, but I thought you wanted to stay here and look for jobs because you really haven't really been looking for jobs like you need to. And when she said that, y'all, I felt some type of way. I'm like, what you mean I haven't been looking for jobs? I've been on this computer. But when I thought about it, she was right. I hadn't really been applying for as many jobs as I could every day. You know, he said I got 30 days to get it together. So, you know, sometimes I might come home, I had a rough day, I'm tired. I can do it tomorrow. I still got 29 more days. You know, and if I don't do it that day, I still got 28 more days. I didn't have the sense of urgency. But if she wouldn't have pointed that out to me, I wonder where I would be. I wonder if I would have found a job so quickly. Because I wasn't doing all that I could do. Yeah, I was putting an application in here and there. But I think that night after she said that, I put in like 7 applications before I went to bed. And it was already like 10:30 at night at this point, maybe like 11. And I put in like 7 applications, and I was just on the computer, and I was mad because she said it. How dare you say I'm not doing all I can be doing? But I thought about it, and she was right. I wasn't doing everything I could be doing. I wasn't putting in the effort that I needed to be putting in. But I needed her to point that out to me, even though I was in my feelings a little bit, even though it kind of made me mad. I needed that. So this morning, maybe you need me to point out to you that you got to start looking at yourself, right? You got to start looking at yourself. Am I the reason that I'm not where I'm supposed to be? You know, maybe it's not my mentor. Maybe it's not, my spouse. Maybe it's not the universe. It's not my circumstances. It's just me. So that's what I want you to think about today. A lot of times we say we want to do something, but we easily will make an excuse not to do it. But the reason we do that is because it's not important enough. You see, when I was supposed to be looking for jobs, I was told I was going to be without one, but that was so far off. I still had 30 days. So to me, I had time. A lot of times we have the illusion of time, ladies and gentlemen. We think we have all this time to do this thing. We think we have tomorrow, but you got to be working today, because when you plant a seed, the tree doesn't grow the same day. So you got to start doing the work so you can reap the harvest as soon as possible. The sooner you plant a seed and water it and take care of it, the sooner you're going to reap the harvest. So you can't wait like I was doing. I couldn't wait until the last minute to do that. So what I'm asking you today is to sit down and think and reflect on where you are. Have you been waiting to the last minute? Have you been telling yourself, I have plenty of time? Have you been letting the excuses creep in? I know it's easy to let excuses creep in. Yesterday, I've been trying to go to the gym, y'all, okay? So my goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week now. But I knew it was going to be raining on Thursday. I knew, because we had this Hurricane Michael or Tropical Storm Michael or whatever Michael is. I hope Michael is gone by now. I'm not sure. I hadn't watched the news this morning. But Michael was coming. So because Michael was coming, I said, I ain't going to the gym on Thursday. I had already made up my mind. But I was sitting at lunch. Usually I don't eat lunch with people. Usually I read or I run errands or whatever. But it was raining, so I was eating lunch at work with my work best friend. And she said something. I said, I'm not going to the gym today because it's raining. And she said something. She said, isn't it funny how easy it is for us to make excuses not to do things when we don't really want to do them anyway? And when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I've heard that before and I know that, but to hear someone else say it, right? To hear her say that, and she wasn't trying to call me out. Don't get me wrong. Truth be told, she said she was going to start eating healthy this week. And then she ate some things that weren't healthy and said, I'm going to just do it next week. So she wasn't trying to make me feel bad. She wasn't trying to motivate me to go. She was just making an observation. But when she said it, I said that's true in so many areas of life. It's so easy for us to make an excuse when we don't feel like doing it anyway. Right? I didn't feel like going to the gym. So it's so easy for me to say it's raining outside. A hurricane's coming. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I had a long day. How many times do we do that? Just because we don't really want to do the thing in the first place. But I'm here to tell you today, you got to stop doing that. If you really want to get to where you want to be, you got to start moving in the right direction. You got to start looking at yourself, and you got to stop making these excuses. See, you're really not doing all that you can do. But when we do that, I found that it's because we don't have a strong enough reason for it, right? We don't have a strong enough why. Because let's look at that same example. Now, I didn't want to go to the gym because it was raining, whatever. But if somebody would have told me, you come to the gym and work out, I'm going to give you $500. Man, I would have been at that gym, rain, sleet, snow, hurricane, tornado. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have found a way to get there. It's just, I didn't have the right motivation. Now, if you tell me I'm getting $500, I'm in there, right? But just because I was going, for whatever reason, to be healthier or so I won't gain weight or to lose weight, apparently that wasn't a big enough reason for me at first, because I was willing to not go because of the rain. So see, the rain wasn't the issue. As I just told you, if there was a big enough reward at stake, I would have went through the rain. I would have went through the snow. I would have went through the sleet, the hail, whatever I needed to do. I would have got there. And so that's what you have to ask yourself. Sometimes when you don't feel like doing something, you got to ask yourself, but if somebody was paying me to do it, or if I was going to get this certain reward, would I do it? And usually that'll let you know if you're just making an excuse or if you really can't do it. Is there really something in the way, or are you just making an excuse? So I always like to look at that, ask myself, well, if I was getting paid, would I go? Yeah, I probably would. Not probably, I would have been in there because, I need my coins, right? So in life, that's what I want you to ask yourself. Do you have a big enough why? Do you have a big enough reason? Is there a big enough reward? Or sometimes you got to look at what are the consequences. If I don't start this business, if I don't do well at my job, if I don't go back to school, not only what are you going to get if you do it, but what happens if you don't? What are the consequences, not only for you, but for your family? If you don't do this, how is it going to affect your kids? How is it going to affect your spouse or your parents, your siblings, whoever it is that's counting on you? How is it going to affect them if I don't do it? Sometimes you got to look at that, and that's your motivation. So sometimes it's what am I going to get from doing it, or what happens if I don't do it? Who is it going to affect? So sometimes you just really have to ask yourself. That's why we make excuses, because there's not a big enough consequence or a big enough reward. So what I'm asking you is to reevaluate. If you have a goal, I want you to write down what happens if I achieve this goal. But I also want you to write down what happens if I don't. Who's going to suffer? Who does it affect if I don't do it because I'd rather be lazy? Who is it going to affect because I don't feel like it? So hopefully this helped you this morning. Like I said, I know it's, you may not feel good. You may not want to hear that it's you. I know it's easier to blame other people. I know it's easier to blame your circumstances. I know it's easier to blame your environment. But guess what? It's not because of any of those things. It's just because of the effort that you're not putting in. It's just because of the choices that you're making, the things that you're doing or choosing not to do. It's you. So what I'm asking you today is, I'm not trying to get on you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But all I want you to do is realize that it's you, that you have the power to change your situation. You have the power to reach that goal. You're just, for whatever reason, not pushing yourself. You're not doing everything you can do, whether it's because you think you have time, whether the goal is not that important, whether you're not really thinking about the consequences. There's a reason, but it's you. So today, all I wanted to do, the whole point of this message, is to get you to realize that it's you, not so you feel bad, but so you make some changes. Sometimes you need somebody to point that out. And like I said, you might feel some type of way. I don't care if you spend the rest of the day being mad at me. As long as it makes you reevaluate the situation and think about what you're doing and do something different, you can be mad at me for the rest of the day. Okay? Carry it on through Monday if you want to. Okay? I don't care. But as long as it helps, that's what I'm here for. Like I said at the beginning, the message may rub you the wrong way, but as long as it points you in the right direction, as long as it makes you change something, then I've done my job this morning, right? Sometimes we just need somebody else to help us out. So I'm going to get out of here. I know it's Friday. Y'all got things to do, right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hey, Demetria. Hey, Precious. What's up, Sylvester? Everybody that's watching. Hey, Robert. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I look forward to Mondays and Fridays, so I get to come hang out with you guys on here on Facebook Live for a little bit. But right now, what I want you to do I want you to obviously have a great day. But before that, and in order to do that, what I need you to do is I need you to get off of Facebook so that you can get out there and be great on purpose today, okay? I believe in you. I know you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself and make the choice to be great. So I want each and every one of you to choose greatness on this Friday and each and every day going forward. And remember, look at what you're doing, right? I'm going to leave y'all with some words. Y'all remember the rap group Outkast? They were popular, I think, in the 90s or whatever. They had this song. And I mean, some rap music I listen to, some I don't. But they had this song, and I don't know why. When I was preparing this message this morning, I thought about this song. And the lyrics basically say, you got to get up, get out, and get something. Y'all remember that song? You got to get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. You got to get up, get out, and get something. How will you make it if you never even try? Right? I mean, those words are just so good. Don't let the days pass you by. Get up, get out, and do it. You have the power. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, and I'm gone. All right, y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great Friday, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Oh, the video didn't stop. Don't y'all hate when that happens? I mean, like, I just tried to press stop, and then, okay, I'm gone. See y'all later.